Hey guys, today we're going to be changing out the front brake rotors and pads on this 2013 Cadillac SRX. Okay, to start, get the vehicle jacked up and let's pull the front wheels. They should be 22mm wheel nuts. All right, so to get the brake caliper off, we've got to take two 13mm bolts out. And once you get that off, you might want to get yourself a coat hanger or a caliper hanger. We're going to pull this caliper off and hang it up out of the road. Then we can take our brake pads out. And if they're stuck in there like that, that's no problem. We can just take the bracket right off. Also double check these pins. They need to be free and slide like this. But you can see this one's pretty stuck, so we're going to have to service that. The bolts in the back should be 18mm, so we're gonna buzz those out so we can get this bracket off. There's like no throw in it between the teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, once you get that off, show me how to pull these out. Pull this thing off. We're gonna take that to the bench in a minute. Now we got to get the disc off, and you can see that we've got a set screw that's in there. Pretty sure that's a T30 Torx. All right, you just pop these out of the holder, and we're replacing them anyways, so if you had to, you could just hammer them out. I'm gonna take these clips off. They just literally pop on there. You can take them off, and we're gonna clean out underneath of them. And this one's actually looks like this has been replaced not too long ago, but I was expecting it to be very rusty. And that's a very common thing that happens is rust builds up underneath of these clips. You have to clean it out and put some lube on there before we put the clips back on. The pads might even come with new clips. I'm gonna check here in a second. And then, yeah, as far as the pin goes, you just simply pull these out. We're gonna wipe them off, re-lube them, and we'll put them back in. These ones actually don't even look that bad. But you'll notice one has the rubber on it and one doesn't. The one that's got the rubber usually is a little more stiff to move, but you just want them to be able to move, and you need that for the caliper function. The caliper is a floating design where one side uses the piston to push on the inside brake pad, and the other side, as the piston's pushing it, slides the whole caliper over to engage the outside brake pad. So if these pins are seized and don't move, then it only uses the inside brake pad, and it'll wear it out before either. Plus, you lose a lot of performance. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna use a wire wheel on a drill. And we pretty much just clean off that whole surface area. All right, we're using a little bit of silver anti-seize just to put underneath of the clip. Some people don't put anything. It's really up to you. Doesn't really matter too much what you put underneath of the clip. Take your new clips and just stick those in place like so. Looks like they're symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which ones go where. All right, take your slide pins, clean them off. You're gonna use some of this. This is a silicone-based grease. Don't use a petroleum-based grease, otherwise it'll swell these rubbers, and then moisture will get inside, and it'll rust the pin, and the pin will get seized. So make sure you use a silicone-based grease. When you slide that in there, you don't have to put a whole lot on either, just a little bit. So rust is your #1 enemy that's going to cause you problems in the future. You're going to want to clean the rust around between the pin and the rubber boot, and also when you have the pin out, you can just pull the rubber boot off and clean in and around there where the boot seals against the caliper body, and put some dielectric grease or synthetic grease on there, silicone-based grease, sorry, just to prevent rust from compromising that seal and allowing moisture to get inside. All right, we're just going to take the set screw out. It is a T30 Torx, and I'm using an impact driver, so you just have a bit on there. It's going to drive in and turn at the same time. All right, once you get those off, you should be able to just take the brake rotor off. Now, a lot of times these will get rusted to the hub, and you'll have to hit them with a hammer or a mallet or something. I like to just put a wheel nut on there just loose so that the disc doesn't fly off. But always hit it from the back side if you can. Give it a couple hits, turn it a little bit, give it a couple hits, turn it a little bit. Just keep doing that, and it should break free and come off. But they are stubborn. They will be stuck on there real bad, so don't be afraid to hit it. All right, we want to try to clean this hub the best that we can and make sure that there's no rust or corrosion or anything like that that's going to be underneath of our mating surfaces between the hub and the disc, especially like around here, this area, and in here on this area. So I'm going to just wash this all down and we'll clean it all up. All right, so with these new brakes, you're gonna wanna just wash the face of them. They usually put oil on there so that they don't rust while they're sitting on the shelf. And just give them a good wipe. And now we're ready to install. You're just gonna wanna match the hole up. You can see this hole with the tapered seat on it, that's for a set screw. You just line that up with the hole in the hub and go ahead and start that set screw into place. Okay, so now you're gonna take your caliper bracket and we're gonna get these bolts started in here. We'll run them down and torque those. I torque these to 140, I think 144. Yeah, 144 foot-pounds. No, sorry, 148. All right, I like to put little anti-seize just on the ends of the pads. These are the contact points where the pads are going to slide in those brackets or in the on the clips. And then we've got, you'll notice that one brake pad has a squealer tab on it and the other one does not. So I like to put the one with the squealer tab facing on the inside. So we'll just get this set up. And you just simply line up the ears of the brake pads into the spots with the clips where they go. And now we're ready to put the brake caliper on. To 44 foot-pounds. Now you can see that the pin is just spinning, so we're never going to be able to torque it. So sometimes you're going to have to just hold that with like a wrench or some needle nose vice grips, or hopefully it just stops turning. All right, those pins are 19 millimeter, and I'm just using these skinny wrenches from Olsa Tools. I'm sure a regular fat wrench will fit in there too. And then just throw the wheel nuts back on, and we're gonna snug these down, and then we'll torque them down in a 6-star pattern to 140 foot-pounds. All right, that's pretty much it for how to remove and replace the front brake rotors and pads on your 2013 SRX. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Hopefully the video was a help. Give it a thumbs up if it was, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.